Opening. Welcome to the video processor settings. This is the central control panel for everything that happens to a video between the moment it lands on your server and the moment a viewer presses play. From this page, you tune FFmpeg encoding, thumbnail and preview generation, the HLS streaming ladder, pre-roll and post-roll bumpers, burned-in watermarks, front-end player behavior, and VAST advertising, the brain of your video pipeline. To open it, log into your admin panel and navigate to domain.com/ct/admin/video_processor_settings.php. Or from the admin top navigation menu, click the settings drop-down and choose video processor. When the page loads, you will see a green gradient banner with a cogs icon, the page title, and a breadcrumb reading dashboard, then videos, then video processor settings. Below the banner is a blue info box titled About Video Processing, listing every job this page touches. At the bottom of the info box in a code block is the exact cron tab line your server needs for any of these settings to take effect. Asterisk, 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 space php space, then the path to site underscore cron.php, redirecting to a log file. If that cron entry is not running, nothing on this page will execute. Below the info box is a tabbed interface with 5 tabs: processing, roles, overlays, player, and ads. We will walk through each in turn. Tab 1, processing. The processing tab is the default landing view, and it is by far the densest. Every backend encoding decision lives here. Below the tab nav, you will see one long form broken into 17 vertically stacked section panels with green icon headings. We will walk them in order. General processing settings has max concurrent jobs, defaulting to 2 with a ceiling of 10, job timeout defaulting to 3,600 seconds, retry attempts defaulting to 3, and retry delay defaulting to 300 seconds. These keep a single broken upload from blocking your queue. Storage cleanup settings has a cleanup after storage upload toggle that deletes the local original once it lands on your CDN, plus a keep original after processing, safety override, and a min storage copies required threshold. Quality control sets the gates in force before accepting a video: min video duration, min and max resolution width and height, min bitrate, and max bitrate. Anything outside is rejected. Smart Crop handles portrait uploads in a landscape player with toggles for subject detection. FFmpeg config exposes a use custom FFmpeg commands master checkbox. The header lists placeholders like curly brace FFmpeg, curly brace INPUT, and curly brace OUTPUT. Leave the master off to use platform defaults. Turn it on only if you really know FFmpeg. Preview generation controls the hover preview clip. Preview duration defaults to 30 seconds. Preview start offset to 10 seconds in. Preview segments to 10. A toggle called Enable Hover Preview on front end turns the feature off entirely. Thumbnail generation sets thumbnail count defaulting to 5, thumbnail width and height defaulting to 320 by 180, and poster width and height defaulting to 1280 by 720 for cards and social sharing. Thumbnail format below it lets you pick JPEG, PNG, or WEBP. Animated GIF generates the looping hover preview used by some themes. Frame rate, duration, and width. Contact Sheet builds a single grid image of frames sampled across the video, useful for moderation review. Set rows, columns, and width. Video conversion has master toggles for the 3 output formats: MP4, WEBM, and AV1. HLS streaming, which stands for HTTP live streaming, breaks videos into short segments the player adapts on the fly. Below the header is an HLS resolutions subsection where you check off the rungs of the bitrate ladder: 240p, 360p, 480p, 720p, 1080p, and 4K. Each rung is one more transcoding pass, so more rungs means smoother playback but longer processing time. MP4 encoding settings sets the FFmpeg preset from ultra-fast to very slow, and the CRF value, 23 is the default. WEBM encoding settings mirrors that for VP9, and AV1 encoding settings does the same for AV1, with a warning that AV1 is 5 to 20 times slower than H.264. Distributed video conversion offloads encoding to a pool of remote servers. Toggles are use remote conversion servers, fallback to local on failure, and auto fallback on failure, plus poll interval, job timeout, heartbeat threshold, max dispatches per run, alert email, and upload mode. The cron manager page schedules the dispatcher and poller. Cloud encoding services configures providers like BunnyStream. 2 reference modals open from this panel: a Bunny setup guide with 9 steps for getting credentials, and a Bunny pricing reference with current encoding, AI, storage, and bandwidth costs. At the bottom of the tab is one big green Save Settings button. It writes every field across every panel to the TBL video settings table and logs the save to TBL logs. Changes apply going forward only. Already processed videos must be requeued from the video admin page if you want them updated. Tab 2, Rolls. Click the Rolls tab. This is for pre-roll and post-roll video. Short clips concatenated onto the front and back of every processed video by the FFmpeg pipeline. Think branding bumper or legal disclaimer that travels with every download. At the top is a blue info box explaining that rolls are auto-concatenated server-side at processing time across all output formats, and that MP4 is the recommended source because it concatenates cleanest. Below the info box are 4 stacked panels. Current pre-roll shows whichever pre-roll you have already uploaded, with an inline video preview, a status line, the file name, an activate or deactivate button, and a red delete button. If nothing is uploaded, you see an info message instead. Upload new pre-roll is the upload form. Pick a file with the file picker, leave Activate immediately, checked if you want it live on upload, and click the green Upload pre-roll button. Allowed types are MP4, MOV, AVI, and WEBM. The file is moved into your uploads/overlays/folder. Current post-roll mirrors the pre-roll panel exactly, and upload new post-roll is the matching form for the closing bumper. At the bottom is a yellow warning box reminding you that rolls are concatenated at encode time. Changing or removing a roll only affects future encodes, never videos already processed. Tab 3, Overlays. Click the Overlays tab. This is where you manage burned-in watermarks, image logos, and text strings that FFmpeg etches into the video pixels themselves. Once burned in, they cannot be removed, so they protect your branding even if someone re-uploads your content elsewhere. At the top is the section heading Watermarks with a paintbrush icon and an info box explaining how overlays work. The Add New panel asks you to pick a type with 2 radio buttons, image or text. For image overlays, you get a file picker that accepts PNG and GIF only. PNG for transparency-aware logos, GIF for animated marks. Common controls follow. Name, a position drop-down with the 9 standard alignment choices from top left to bottom right. Opacity from 0 to 1 defaulting to 0.8. Margin in pixels defaulting to 20. And an active checkbox. For text overlays, the form expands. You get a text content text area, font size defaulting to 24, a font color picker defaulting to white, the same position and opacity fields, and a custom font drop-down listing every TTF or OTF file you have uploaded. Below those are 3 checkbox-gated effect blocks. Text shadow exposes shadow color and XY offsets. Text outline exposes outline color and width. Text glow exposes glow color. Then an animation type drop-down, fade in, fade out, scroll, or none, with fade duration, plus scroll speed and display timing for whether scrolling text moves slowly or quickly, and whether the overlay shows continuously, only at start, or only at end. The green Add Overlay button at the bottom saves it. Existing overlays is a card grid showing every watermark you have created, with a thumbnail preview and 3 buttons per card. Activate or deactivate, edit, and delete. Inactive overlays stay in the database, but are not burned into new encodes. Manage Custom Fonts is a small upload form for TTF and OTF font files, which then appear in the custom font drop-down above. The same warning applies as with rolls. Overlays are burned in at encode time, so toggling one off does not remove it from already processed videos. Tab 4, Player. Click the Player tab. This is everything the viewer experiences after pressing play. No encoding decisions here, only front-end runtime behavior, on-screen elements, view limits, and the pay-to-watch upgrade prompt. The tab is split into 7 stacked sections, each with its own save button. Player Features configuration has dozens of toggles for the speed control, quality selector, picture-in-picture, full screen, seek bar, volume slider, captions, and keyboard shortcuts, plus subsections for playlist sidebar settings and autoplay settings. Player watermark and branding, framed in blue, is a software watermark drawn by the player at runtime, not burned into the video like the Overlays tab. Toggle text or image branding, set position, opacity, font, color, and image source. Because it renders client-side, you can change it anytime without re-encoding. Add New Player Overlay creates time message banners that pop up during playback. Each has a title message overlay, types such as info or promotion, position, show at time in seconds, optional hide ad and duration, optional button text and button URL, plus dismissible, full width, and active checkboxes. Existing overlays below it lists every overlay with toggle and delete actions per row. Playlist UI controls colors, thumbnail sizes, duration badge styling, scroll bar appearance, and sidebar layout for the related videos rail. View limits is a 4-field form: free daily, free monthly, premium daily, premium monthly, that counts views per user and cuts viewers off at the threshold, prompting an upgrade. A stats panel above shows today's view counts so you can sanity check your numbers. Upgrade prompt customization styles the modal that appears when a viewer hits a limit, title, message, and background color for the free user prompt, and again for the premium user prompt, then 2 button blocks, register button and VIP button, each with text, colors, font family, size, weight, and URL. Each section has its own save button, writing to a different setting key, so watch which button you click. There is no global save at the bottom of this tab. Tab 5, Ads. Click the Ads tab. This is VAST and VPAID ad configuration for in-stream advertising. VAST is the IAB video ad serving template standard, which lets you plug in Google AD Manager, AdMob, or any VAST compliant exchange. At the top is an info box explaining the integration, followed by a yellow warning box reminding you to test ad tags on staging before flipping them on in production. Master control is one big toggle, ads enabled. Off means no ads play, regardless of any other setting. On means the player requests ads at the configured breakpoints. Ad type is a choice between VAST tag, where the creative comes from a remote ad server, and custom overlay, where you supply your own promotional image or HTML block. The choice toggles which configuration panels show below. Custom overlay configuration only appears when custom overlay is selected. Upload an image or paste an HTML snippet, set width, height, position, background, click URL, show close toggle, close delay, and auto close timer. Ad placement has 3 checkboxes: pre-roll, mid-roll, and post-roll enabled. Mid-roll timing configuration only matters when mid-roll is enabled. Set a fixed time in seconds. 90 inserts the ad at the 1.5-minute mark, or a percentage, like 50 for the midpoint of every video. Ad behavior is the technical fine-tuning. Ad tag URL is the VAST endpoint your ad network gives you. Ad timeout is how long the player waits for the ad server before giving up. Max ad duration caps how long an ad can run. Skip button delay sets when the skip button appears. VPAID mode is a drop-down, disabled, insecure, or secure, controlling whether interactive ad creatives are allowed. User experience has volume control, click tracking, autoplay ad breaks, and show countdown toggles. Analytics and debugging has an enable debug toggle that prints verbose ad request information to the browser console. Turn it off in production. Below the panels is a current status info box showing whether ads are active, green if enabled and yellow if not. The green Save Settings button at the bottom writes everything to the TBL Player Ad Settings table. The last section is Test VAST tags, a copy-paste reference of Google IMA sample tags for pre-roll, mid-roll, and post-roll that you can drop into the ad tag URL field for testing before you wire up your real ad network. How it all fits together. A quick mental model. The processing roles and overlays tabs write settings that the FFmpeg-based video_processor cron consumes when it encodes new uploads. Changes apply going forward only, never retroactively. The Player and Ads tabs write settings the front-end player reads at runtime, so changes there take effect on the next page load for every viewer, every video. Almost every setting on this page lives in one of 4 database tables: TBL Video Settings, TBL Video Watermarks, TBL Player Overlays, and TBL Player Ad Settings. A few practical tips. On a fresh install, walk through the Processing tab and confirm the HLS rungs and AV1 toggle match your server, since both multiply encode time. Upload roles early. Adding them later means reprocessing every existing video. Set view limits before launch if you want a free versus premium tier from day one. Once live, glance at the Ads tab current status weekly to confirm your tag is still responding. That is the Video Processor Settings page. 5 tabs. Processing for the FFmpeg pipeline, roles for pre-roll and post-roll bumpers, overlays for burned-in watermarks, player for runtime player behavior and view limits, and ads for VAST advertising, plus the Bunny setup guide and Bunny pricing modals for cloud encoding reference. Combined with a working site cron entry, this page gives you complete end-to-end control over every video your platform serves. Set it up once on launch, revisit it when you change ad networks or branding, and otherwise let it run.